The LV County Championship's leading run scorer of 2015, Ashwell Prince, scored his third 100 of the season, while Alviro Petersen notched his second against Derbyshire this summer to put Lancashire in complete control on the second day of their match in Southport. Matthew Critchley again showed what a talent he may well turn out to be with the bat, as he helped add 35 runs for the last wicket of Derbyshire's innings after they resumed on 335 for 9. The 18-year-old added 41 to his recent century, while Mark Footed stuck with him for 10 overs first thing to take the total to 370. Lancashire also boasts the country's leading wicket-taker in Kyle Jarvis, who grabbed his 34th of the championship summer as Critchley was caught at third man by Carl Brown. 370 was by no means a bad total, but perhaps it could have been better, no matter when Footed found the edge of Paul Horton's bat in the fifth over of the reply, Chesley Hughes with the safe pair of hands. Tom Taylor followed that up with the wicket of the other opener, Brown, who nicked off with his side on 18 for 2. But the rest of the day was to be dominated by Petersen and Prince. The former started his Lancashire career with a score of 115 against this same opposition at the start of this summer, while Prince, who made 97 in the second innings of that match, which was won by his side, simply carried on the form he's been showing off all season long. For a man at the age of 38 on Thursday, it's hard to say that he's in the form of his life, but he can rarely have played any better. Derbyshire had a trio of spinners to make the most of this surface, but Critchley failed to use it here, which gave Prince the chance to clear the rope. Indeed, the spinners didn't get anything like the purchase they would have been hoping for, but whether facing up to the slow stuff or the pace of the likes of Taylor, the results off the bat of Prince were generally the same. He even switched to a right-hander to get the boundary, which took him to the 50 mark for the sixth time from 9 championship innings this summer. That was his 7th 4 to go with his maximum, and that had him at his latest half-century off 64 balls. Petersen then drilled a delivery down the ground from David Wainwright to bring up his own 50 off 82 balls, that his 9th 4. By now the visiting attack must have been fearing the worst, with these two, with 102 test caps between them, now in and looking very good. The pair of South Africans played some terrific shots throughout, in a partnership which was to become the highest ever at first-class level at this outground, and the highest for any wicket for Lancashire against Derbyshire. Prince said that he was finishing his career last season, but has put back his retirement until the end of this one. He was playing under no pressure then, it seems, and his third ton of the summer arrived off 138 balls. Petersen still has a few years ahead of him at the age of 34, while Prince reached 3 figures for the 43rd time. Petersen was closing in on his 37th in the first-class arena. A stolen single off Scott Elston took him there off 156 deliveries, but he was to fall for 113 to end the record-breaking stand on 258, Derbyshire going 60 overs without tasting success. That partnership allowed Stephen Croft to come in and play some shots against a tiring and understandably downhearted attack. These two mammoth maximums of Critchley and Wainwright damaged some of the trees around the ground. To his credit, Taylor never gave up, and with the old ball he had Croft LBW for 22. Lancashire now on 304 for 4, trailing by only 66. But Prince went marching on, showing no signs of fatigue or a willingness to let someone else take over at the end of the day. Worrying for Derbyshire was that there was latterly some turn out of the rough, something which will make life a little tougher for them as this game develops. Prince's second score of 150 or more this summer duly arrived before the close with this single. He'd now faced 215 balls in which he'd found the boundary 21 times and cleared it once. The visitors must have been getting sick and tired of bowling at him. Alex Davis stayed with Prince until the close, this one of the 5 4s in his 28, which had his side closing in on Derbyshire. Lancashire will begin day 3 on 348 for 4, Prince still there on 156, which has his tally of championship runs this season at 697 with an average of 99.5. Lancashire are just 22 runs behind and with the ability to add plenty more.